everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. We had a wonderful week, and my complaint manager sitting on the other side. George, how are you?
Hey, Heshy, how you doing?
And I did not say welfare kicking, potty.
By the way,
knocking.
apparently I'm the complaint department.
All
now.
Palestinians are not that way. All of them that come to the protests are Palestinian welfare, money sucking, do nothing losers. But I had more to say. I know that my friend over here, Tom, how are you, Tom?
I'm doing great.
You look great. Talking to the mic, I can't hear a word you say.
I think that's our producer,
Right.
unfortunately.
So, by the way, you liked my comments about them, right?
I thought it was great, but
Yeah.
obviously...
I went to the airport in Nicole.
What happened to being a statesman, Heshy? What happened?
I am a statesman. I just called them welfare sucking. I didn't use any bad words. Abraham is saying, the producers, they're scamming you or whatever. They're screening me on YouTube because I say bad things about... I don't curse. Once in a while, a word pops out about women, which I'm never going to use again. Remember that. I'm never going to use that word.
Is that a commitment for 2024?
100%.
Can we get it in writing?
I will not use the word in that your version of it.
Nicole, draw up a contract.
Please, Nicole.
Let's do it.
But anyways, we have a lot to talk about, and I want to talk about also the New Hampshire thing that's coming up. With our my friend, not hers. Trump, the three outvote you, wonderful man, and we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about me being at the airport, how they shut down that airport. They're crazy. They actually they threw us off the tram. You hear this? I'm on the tram. They threw us off. Then they want to see our tickets. So none of the news camera people were able to get into the terminal.
Don't you have a press pass?
But none of the news cameras were allowed to go. And I saw 300 cops alone. There was over 1,000 cops and National Guard protecting that airport. You couldn't get through. It was like a 2-hour just to drive when you got to the exit, just to the terminal, and even then you couldn't get through.
So we finally saw some action.
So no, they didn't let the Palestinians.
No, that's great.
through.
I mean, listen,
Right.
they got to shut this down.
But you know how much money that costed? So what happened was when I got there, they wouldn't let us through there. You all have to go to a special corner of the press. So I said, but I'm getting on a flight. They said, where's your ticket? I said, I have it emailed. Let me go check it. Quickly ran out, called my travel agent friend. 10 minutes later, he produced the ticket. I went back. One of the cops at the second checkpoint saw me. He says, you said you're going to the airport as press. I said, but I have a ticket. I'm getting on a flight. He says, where are you going? I'm going to Orlando. Where's your luggage? I said, I don't need luggage. It's Orlando. And my nephew standing there freaking out. I said, I'm going one way. I'll decide when to come back. He gave me a hard time. Then the other guy says, he really has a ticket and a boarding pass. You got to let him through. And he let me through. And it was so cool. When I got there, they checked it over. Then I met a couple of Israeli soldiers over there. I met a couple of people from the Coast Guard. A lot of cops with their machine guns. But again, these wackos caused us so much trouble for no reason.
So hold on, just to be clear, you didn't actually have a ticket? You just made up a
So,
ticket?
No, that's fraud.
Are you
I
Tony
actually
Soprano?
got a ticket.
You just didn't go.
I missed my flight, so I got a refund. It was due to the traffic congestion. So I got a full refund, which you're entitled to get in case of
Missing a flight?
not missing a flight due to unnatural causes.
Oh, I see.
Traffic is an unnatural cause.
Now, if you
No,
want...
Palestinian welfare sucking losers who don't do nothing all day, uneducated retards, non-citizens, by the way.
I object to that because I don't think they're mostly Palestinians.
No,
I think
only the
I
ones
was going to
at
say,
the
a lot of
airport.
them
I
aren't.
mean-
You know what's funny is a lot of them aren't Palestinians.
You
that
know-
woman that attacked the lady at the mall in New Jersey was Hispanic. Did you see that?
Hey, listen,
So there
don't
was
throw
a
shade on my
Right,
people.
right.
I
I
don't
saw
know.
that. I wanted to talk
there was
about
a woman
that. Did you see
wearing
that video?
There was
And
a woman wearing an IDF hoodie.
But she was with a Palestinian guy.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, I have his name and picture. I
And while
posted it
Heshy's doing that, if you want to give us a call and talk about these different things, you can do so at 646-974-1580. I also want to say hello to a couple of our different
on.
stations.
Yes, go ahead.
You can do 620 WSNR, also WJPR in Miami, and WNEW 1027 FM, like the old rock and roll station. They are with us here live. So we say hello to you.
Welcome all you listeners. Welcome to YouTube and Facebook people. And I forgot to to welcome my favorite Nicole. You're the nicest person over here. Really, Tom is, but I have to be nice to you because I like you. Nicole was very hungry. She didn't believe that I had pizza ready to go in a microwave.
She was gonna have pastrami, but
I
then-
was.
I wouldn't let her have
gonna go out and get my
pastrami.
normal pack
This
of
was nice,
pastrami.
fresh
she was
pizza.
educating me about pastrami and what
Wednesdays,
the differences are.
I
and such.
treat my
There's a
staff.
lot of crimes going on here. Pastrami and packaging.
I was going to take Nicole out afterwards for Olympic pizza if you want to come. I don't know. I'm inviting George to my niece's wedding. So George says, can I bring Heidi? He said, yeah, how should Heidi dress? I said, any way she wants.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. And George is, I'm going to get Heshy.
To an
big time.
Orthodox wedding? Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, we're dead meat. It's okay. She's Chinese.
They're gonna have a heart attack over
It's
there.
okay. So I have a couple of people I don't like. So let them.
What kind of friend are you, George? George, it's knees covered, elbows covered,
No,
shoulders
not
covered.
George will kill himself if
No,
Heidi does
come
that. Are you kidding me? Did you
can't
see
put
the
her out
last
there
dress
like
Heidi
that.
wore? I don't even know if it was a dress. But whatever it was something that covered her up. Anyway, no, I'm joking. She looked gorgeous.
Thank you.
Georgia loves that. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
But I want to talk. I want to first say my quote. And here's my quote. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing themselves. And George, I really
love
am.
where this is going.
I really am changing myself, George. I'm going to be a better person this year. No matter what. First of all, I'm pretty good, but I'm going to be a better person. I've helped a couple. I even helped, I don't want to say a name, but some high officials. They got in trouble this week, New Year's week. I told you the name, and I got them out of trouble, all confidential, which I shouldn't have helped any of these politicians. I shouldn't have. But I did against my wishes. And because that's what I do, and I'm going to change, and I'm going to stop saying, not bad words. I don't say bad words. Words that might, what's the word, Miss Lawyer?
You're going to stop slandering people? maybe?
Slandering.
Yeah.
Slandering in a good way other people, or no, identifying them. You know?
Identifying them.
Yes,
That's
yes.
okay.
Okay. Anyways, here's my joke.
Are we going to use nice words for women?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I respect women. They're more important than me, sometimes.
Yeah, we're maybe going to keep their sex
If they
lives
have money.
private. Not go after things
No,
like
we
that.
talk about the sex lives if they're bad. If they're bad.
Well, talk about sex lives. Did you see that Bill Clinton's name came out on that?
I have that on
it's
my
on my,
notes. I have
my
that on
list
my
too.
notes. Yeah.
And he better
So
answer.
does that mean we get to
George
call him
better
a whore,
answer
or
about this. Anyways,
I was not on the island.
I was walking, I take Linda shopping every Saturday night. So this week, Shabbos was over early, so we picked up Mira. She wanted to go out. She was freaking out. She was calling me Big H.
Mira
She was
Nava,
making
yes.
Mira Nava. But we'll do the shout-outs. I have to
Yes.
shout out to my granddaughter, Mira Nama. Layla Tamal, she had a birthday this week. I sent it over. We got a lot of messages.
Yes. Mazal tov.
Ellie, hello. Sergeant Peter, I love you. And Linda, you've been very good to me this week, so I'm going to give you
Just
a
this
shout-out.
week.
Just this week. Usually she's not. This
It's a
week.
new year. The first week of
It's
the new
only
year.
3 days, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have good to go. I have no luck. Go ahead. Who are you shouting now? Where's Anthony Finkel?
We have a business, yes, his brand new website, dph.ny.nyc. They do commercial services, residential. They also handle landscaping. They also handle trash removal. They also handle commercial projects. They've also work with the Trash Genie. You can check them out for more information at dph.nyc. Obviously, give them a call. They're reliable. They have friendly service, professional at reasonable rates for any and all residential and commercial needs, no matter how large or small. Let our team of skilled professionals help you tame your to-do list, and you can spend more time enjoying your home and not just maintaining it. So you can go to dph.nyc. So,
What's our phone number?
I actually don't have one on here. So
No, our phone number.
Oh,
ours.
6. I gave it out actually.
I know.
646-974-1580.
And don't you want to scream out to Sarah Rose, or she's not watching? She's in bed already.
Well,
No,
I got Sienna Rose from our good friend Justin Parsley. Big shout out to Justin Parsley because I'm actually wearing his shirt. He's one half of the XCW Tag Team Champions. He's a big fan of yours, and in fact,
Oh, really? I love you. Come on the show.
And Justin, we'd love to have Justin on. Justin's a real one. Justin actually shared our show on Facebook last week, and we had a good conversation. He enjoys the back and forth. He loves.
But she still
Nicole's
didn't
discussion.
comment to Sarah. Say hello to Sarah.
I did, yeah. Unfortunately, Sarah's actually a little sick this week,
Oh.
so
Hope
she's
she
home
feels
from
better.
school.
Okay.
And a big shout out to her, and I hope she feels better
And
soon.
you, big boy?
I want to give a shout out to this white SUV that I saw on the Belt Parkway with 2 Israeli flags.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is brave in New York, so I don't know who this gentleman is, but if he's listening, Obviously, he's Jewish with those two Israeli flags. Obvious, probably. So big shout out to him.
Anyways, here's my joke. We went to the supermarket, and Mira Nava was causing a lot of trouble. So my son said, go, you can take Mira Nava. So I took Mira Nava to the supermarket, and she is touching everything and running all over the place. So me and Linda split the shopping list, because Linda has a crazy list, and she gave me the list. She says, you go that side, and she'll go this way. And she took Mira Nava. Mira Nava, making a lot of trouble, ran away from Linda. I didn't know that, and I kept hearing screaming in the supermarket, and usually it's so busy there, but I was able to listen to this little 4-year-old girl shout, 5-year-old screaming, Grandma, 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 Grandma. So I came running over and I grabbed her and I said, what are you doing? And I grabbed her and I took her back over to Linda and I said to what's going on? And Mira starts to cry. She says, Grandma, why didn't you come looking for me when I ran away? She says, don't worry about it. They would return you, whoever kidnaps you.
My parents used to say that.
Yeah, I know. And Linda just came out. I knew it was all right. Anyways, here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
I want to start with something very simple. Trump is running. We know that he needs a running mate, and New Hampshire is coming. Who's going to be the only one that can compete? DeSantis is dead. Let's clear that up. What about Nikki Haley? Now, if Nikki Haley, they're saying she might win New Hampshire, which I don't think.
If Nikki Haley is the vice president for Trump, the administration is going to be garbage.
But she
is
can help
corporate.
I'm not talking about administration.
She's a corporate tool.
Right.
She's a globalist tool, a warmonger.
But that's true. You always tell me not to think that far
I don't even
ahead.
need to be here. This is great.
No, why not? I'm asking your opinion. My point is, with Nikki Haley, and even though they're enemies, but politics made strange bedfellows, do you believe that Nikki Haley will push Trump over the top?
Trump will never have the full potential if he puts Nikki Haley there. The gentleman that should be the vice president that I see is the Vivek.
Vivek, I love, of
The
course.
guy is a great guy.
Well articulate.
You gotta be kidding.
He's one of yours. He's a Democrat that switched sides.
Oh yeah, he's an idiot.
Democrats don't like minorities flipping to Republicans. They only like them on their side.
Even though all of New York might come close to win for Trump. I hear black,
That's just-
Spanish. It's everybody
You think
screaming.
New
The
York
whole
is gonna
Bronx.
win Trump?
I believe so.
Are
New
pigs
York's
gonna
not
fly
New York
this year or
State.
what?
New York City is really going to go for Trump. All over the Bronx. You watch.
If the Trump people are listening, please don't listen to Heshy.
Why?
Spend that money in Florida where we can win.
Listen.
And Pennsylvania.
Well, they're spending billions of dollars on Nikki Haley.
Halamot,
Millions of dollars on
Paramitia,
Nikki
fairy
Haley.
tales, dreams. You're
Why are
dreaming.
they spending so much money if Nikki Haley has no
Because
chance?
Nikki Haley is the establishment deep state's candidate. They just
So,
want to fool us. They want to. Oh, just look, Nikki Haley. She's just as good as Trump. Just vote
But she
for-
has no chance. Let's
She's
realize it.
George Bush the Third.
I have a couple
Should be a
comments
disaster.
on Heshy. You made a point about Vivek, and Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to mention that he thinks that Vivek will bring Trump down. His opinion.
Really?
He's not a Vivek fan, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And also, I want to give a big shout out to Natasha Devine. She's going to call in a few
Oh, I
minutes.
love
All
Natasha. I was
right.
on her show.
Yeah, and Natasha follows me on Instagram, so definitely
By the way,
Natasha, give us a call.
I have a
446.
question for Nicole. I mean, she's a Democrat, and the Democrats doing completely opposite of what's in their name. 4 states, they want to make Biden the only candidate on the Democratic side, meaning there shouldn't be a primary. Florida, Massachusetts, North Carolina, and Tennessee. So I'm just,
Yeah, but my question to you
And
is,
now, what is it? Maine and Colorado are pulling Trump off the.
So
Well,
right now it's actually Oregon, Maine, and Colorado.
no,
Okay,
Oregon actually got him off?
Oregon is in the process of
In the
appealing
process.
to its court. Yeah.
No,
That's-
Oregon is
he's-
appealing, but they can't get him off. But I know Trump
Maine
just
already did it.
appealed.
Colorado
Maine
already
did
did
it
it.
illegally, so he's going to get that in a minute. And Colorado, he's already
asked
in the
the
Supreme
Supreme Court
Court
to intervene. Right.
So it's a stay over there.
He's not the only one
New
that's
York
asked the
now. I
Supreme
hear
Court to intervene.
Hochul, that witch who fell down and hurt her hand, which I did not say the W word and the other word, which I'm allowed to say. No.
What's the W word?
The other W
Oh,
word,
no,
the one we've
no.
removed from his lexicon. It took us months to do it. What do you
Right,
mean?
come on. Which she now says that she's going to remove, which she can't remove Trump from the ballot. She can't do that.
I mean, again, it's the Democrats
she?
doing
But
exactly
she's only
what's
governor. She can't
opposite
do
of
that.
what's in their name. I mean,
She has that much power, Tom?
1 second before we take the call, I actually have one direct question from Mr. Krispy Kreme to you, Nicole.
Sure.
Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to know, what do you see in Biden still that you support him? His perspective.
It's not
he has
that
a heartbeat.
I don't think he has one.
I'm doing better than most men because most men go for a heartbeat and a hole, and half the time they don't even go for the heartbeat. So anyway.
Wow. I
But
like
I'm
that. Nicole is bitter.
Just saying.
Was that pizza any good I gave you?
Yeah, good enough to get me talking. It's not so much that Biden is full of potential, right? The problem is we're seeing a lot of infighting in the Republican Party, and the one thing that the Democratic Party is doing slightly better, though I say slightly with a grain of salt, is they've managed to stay a united front.
Oh, that's only the
Right?
Congress and Senate, not the whole presidency. They don't know what's going on over there.
So right now, Biden he's boring. But that's what he's supposed to be. He's boring.
He's not getting anything done. Boring, means he's
He's
zero.
not getting anything done because he's got
I
an
could be
entire
boring sitting in
Republican
front
Party
of the
that's being
TV. I'm
obtuse.
boring.
All right,
Sitting-
we have a caller on the air. If you want to bring them on, producer, I believe this should be Natasha Divine.
Yay.
Natasha, you're on the air with Nicole,
Hey,
George,
Natasha.
Heshy, and myself. Tom.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Happy
Natasha.
2024.
Hey, Natasha, how's it
Happy
going?
New Year,
24.
Natasha. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm just trying to understand why he's still backing Trump after all of the, he never apologized for all the stuff with the vaccines, and he just kind of acted like it was no big deal with the lockdowns and everything. I mean, you ever given any thought to maybe switching over independent, going for Kennedy or maybe somebody else? I don't know. I just can't, I was a real big Trump supporter. I went out for him in the streets and, I got into fights with people over it, but I just feel like he kind of let us down there. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The vaccine was not Trump. Trump did push the vaccine because he got advice from Fauci. What's his name again?
Fauci.
Who cares? He's an idiot. This guy gave bad advice, told us to lock down the city. So Trump, as the boss, and like me, I take advice from the people working around me. And this was something new, this COVID thing that was thrown at him, this fake COVID. So what he did was he trusted Fauci. And Fauci stabbed him at the back. You're right. He shouldn't have let these crazy vaccines. He shouldn't have done a lockdown of the country. But what happened was he listened to the people, and afterwards, what happened? He did open up
Is
the country.
anything ever this guy's fault to you or what?
But Fauci,
Like, every time
come on,
something goes
you
wrong
see
with
straight
Trump-
out that this guy Fauci was on TV every day.
This
Fauci
man
was
is
talking.
the president. This man's the president.
Right,
At
so
the end
he
of the day,
listens-
he can take advice or leave it. When something goes wrong, he's the one to blame.
But
he's
hold
the
on a
one,
second,
He's responsible.
But he
Fauci-
doesn't know about vaccines. That's his job.
He doesn't know
hires the-
about squat, but he's still the president.
But right, so he
He's-
made the right decision at the time, and because of Fauci, because Fauci's the history, but we didn't know that
so
Fauci
when,
was
so when
the
there's
one
an
that created
insurrection,
disease.
it's everybody
Natasha-
else. When
What
there's something
insurrection?
wrong with
Hold on,
There was
hold
no
on.
insurrection.
And there's a
There was no
million things that went
insurrection.
wrong in his presidency.
You know,
None of it's his
how they
fault.
call everybody?
Heshy,
Google.
Heshy Tischler. Time out. Natasha, floor is yours. What do you got?
She hung up.
I just feel like he was just, he could have been a better judge of character. I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to be a better judge of character next time around.
You're right. He
Thank
messed
you,
up.
Natasha.
You're right,
Thank
Joe.
God.
That's why we learn.
Natasha's awesome. She's on Instagram
Natasha,
as well.
you're great.
Check her out. Heshy was on her show.
Yeah,
and
she
Happy
was
New
really
Year
nice.
to you. And
Let me tell you, Natasha, when I first started my business, like anybody else, I was pulling in a couple of $100 a week, you know what I mean? Now you can't even be allowed to come visit me, in my office, even though my office is open. I have doors open to everybody. But my people always try to protect me and try to raise the prices. But the point is, any business that you start in the beginning, you have to learn. Mr. President wasn't prepared for something that was thrown at him like a vaccine. He was prepared for war. He was prepared for the budget. And that was his job. His job as president is not to make government bigger. It's to make government smaller. Let me tell you right now,
Government smaller,
I was
right.
talking to so many people in the political world, including the mayor recently, and we all know that we need more police. And he even admits that the police are being assaulted. Now, we have a total of 45,000 police officers. Our budget is, now let me calculate this for you, at $8 billion. All we need to do on this $120 billion, which I'm telling you right now, just me, a little guy doing my research, can knock out $4 billion from this budget. Take the $4 billion. I can now hire another 20,000 cops in New York City. Wow, can we destroy crime? But you think they're going to do that? And I bet you we can find more than 4
I have another
billion.
question.
I would
for you,
agree
Nicole.
with you to hire more cops. but I-
20,000 more cops, not 600 cops.
whatever
like
that-
today.
government.
600
whatever
cops.
that-
What is 600 cops?
Whatever that number is, I'm okay with. But what I'm not okay with is 20,000 ticket writers. I
Right.
want them to be fighting crime.
That's what I want.
I want them to be protecting people on the train.
Exactly.
I don't want them bothering everyday people.
Right.
Yeah, what's up, Tom?
I want to get Mr. Krispy Kreme back in there. I guess he's
Yep.
a fan of Krispy Kreme donuts. Goes a direct question to you, Nicole. Also, with Democrat states kicking Trump off the ballot, wouldn't you think that this makes people want to vote for Trump even more? And it's something that he thinks to think about for sure. So, what would be your response to?
I
what
think
he
that's
said?
a typical human psychology response. You tell somebody no, they're going to want to do it. I also think, however, in the spirit of less government, states should be allowed to choose who they want on their ballots.
No. The people of the states, not some stupid attorney general or 3 people that are suing. It's the people. You're right.
There are
And that's
laws
what-
on the books, and
There's
as
no
long
laws
as
on the
there
books.
are
You're
laws
making
on the
those laws
books,
stop.
there
And I
are
got one-
state
and I got a couple for you,
constitutions.
Heshy.
The
As long-
Constitution says everybody's allowed to run anytime,
That's
any
not what it
place.
says,
Yeah, it does
though.
say that.
No, it
You
doesn't.
better read it again.
Evidently not.
I have it with
By
me,
all
by
means,
the way.
pull it
I'll
out.
take the
And read it out
Constitution
loud.
Read it
out
to
for
the
you.
group.
I will.
I got one for you from my buddy, Mr. Justin Parsley, who's on all platforms at Parsley's. Go follow him. He says, "Got to get my 12th booster, my 12th booster of Fauci Uchi's ASAP. Next one's free, I think." And he's got the old school physical punch card. None of that digital app crap BS here. So that's what he wanted.
Don't get that vaccine.
Well,
Don't-
Right. Oh, by
He
the
said he
way,
got it 11 times,
By the
so-
way,
11
ouch.
times.
By the way,
think he's joking.
By
I
the way, I
hope.
saw there was a politician recommending that the vaccine be taken off the market. Did you hear about that? There was a guy actually pitching to get the vaccine off the market.
Who's the guy?
I didn't
Listen,
like
A
that.
medical
Fauci-
professional? Like, who's the
Fauci,
guy?
Yeah.
Fauci, when he was given advice, violated the biggest law in medicine, the whole concept of natural immunity. Once you get a virus, you build up immunity to it.
He says no.
And
And
that's
only
being-
if 90% of the world of America got it would
And
that
second,
work.
viruses always evolve to less deadly, not more deadly
Right.
usually.
This guy's
so all
crazy.
these medical rules that we know are just thrown out the window in 2020 because hey, Pfizer has to make a lot of money for the balance sheet. You know?
Can I?
Didn't you
How do
say
you-
that though?
I have a
years ago,
question.
Heshy, on the show? I remember you
listen,
said that a couple years
When it
ago.
comes to the vaccine, I have no problem with people that are against the vaccine, but I do have a question about it. You know, all of us remember going to school here, public school for the most part, and you had vaccination requirements when we were students at school in order to be enrolled. How do you guys decide for yourselves and your families, like which vaccines you're going to have your kids take versus which ones you're going
Which
to
are
be
real
vehemently
diseases. COVID is not a real disease.
No, I'm not willing.
COVID
to,
is not a real disease.
I'm not
It's a flu.
I'm not
it's
willing,
a flu.
Actually, I'm not willing to say that. What I'm willing to say is the vaccine was totally experimental, so it should totally be somebody's choice whether to take it or not.
Correct.
It's the biggest experiment ever done on humankind to give them a new vaccine without any kind of testing, like real testing, not like a couple of weeks testing, like years of testing before they give a vaccine to children. And they gave this vaccine that basically changes your DNA.
And most children didn't
I mean,
get
it's
the
totally
flu.
experimental, and it's probably the biggest human experiment on humankind.
And kids dying from COVID was almost 0%, zero,
Definitely
zero,
was not
zero.
0%,
It was
relax.
zero. It was 99.9% that they wouldn't get COVID or get sick or die from it. Read those reports. Remember, right?
Yes.
Kids like it was getting hit by lightning would be more important, more possible
I
than
think
getting.
you said that on the air a couple
It was
years back.
written.
You
and
mentioned
even
it on the air.
Fauci's own people
Saying it
said
on the
that.
air doesn't make it true.
Well, he mentioned it. I'm just
I've
saying
looked
he
at the
mentioned it.
numbers, and in 2020, more children died of the regular flu than COVID.
Correct. Pneumonia, flu, that's what it was. There was no such thing. And COVID is not a disease. Polio is a disease. Mumps, chickenpox. These are serious stuff that has been tested and viewed. Those are the vaccines you have to take care
And
of
every
your
one of
children.
those vaccines started off as experimental.
Right,
Every
and it
single
was
one of them.
tested for years and tested. People died because they didn't get it correctly. And look, we wiped out polio.
Justin
we wiped
Parsley
out
wants to
measles.
say that-
we wiped out the mumps.
Justin Parsley on the vaccine wants to say years of safe statistics reported and documented years of successful trials. They said safe and effective, and then they said it would keep you from hospitalization. Lies, lies, lies. That's what
fair.
he said.
So
fair.
that's
Just
my
wanted to
point.
know.
Anyways, forget the vaccine now. The protest.
Heshy, you're starting to sound like sports wire. We have all the wrestlers come on, we fight. It sound like with Nicole and you.
No,
guys.
no, I'm not
Sounded like
fighting with
that.
Nicole.
No, it was good. No, it
I'm
was
not
good.
fighting her.
The people
No,
like
he's
it.
fighting with
But
Nicole.
I'm-
He's
but
always
I'm-
like, I'm
but
going to
I'm-
start coming in here with like boxing
No, but
gloves
I'm
on.
explaining-
I would
What
love
happened?
to see that. I tell
I'm
you
just
what, I'm
trying
gonna.
to
I'd
explain
love
to
see
Nicole
that.
that I'm trying to explain to Nicole in a nice statesmanly manner that she's
Statesmanly.
wrong and I'm right.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Listen,
And when Trump
He's
wins,
not calling me a whore or an idiot. Really, we're making
she
progress.
used that word. How come she's allowed to use the word?
I didn't. I said you're not using it.
She's a woman.
Well,
No, woman. That is. Don't give him 5.
I give
Don't
him
give him
5.
5.
I'm being honest. They can get away
deserves
with
five.
it.
They don't, so you mean if I was gay, I can make fun of the gay people?
Well, I don't know if you heard in some
I
rap
can't
video-
say I'm gay. I can't say I'm gay. I with the transgender stuff. Did I have him walk out again and go to the?
he's in the back. He's in the back.
Bathroom.
But real quick, I
Oh,
want
God,
to give it
this
a plug
show
to,
must
to
have
the,
gone
to
dead
the
again.
Weitengruber Law Firm, because if I don't do it now, I'll
Yeah.
forget to do it. You can give them a call at 732-695-3303. That's where Nicole works.
That
and
is.
they also
Come say hello.
do bankruptcy, foreclosure, trust, wills. They're also at weitengruberlaw.com. You can also check them out at 1720 Highway 34, Suite 10 in Wall Township, New Jersey, 07727. That's 732-695-3303, weitengruberlaw.com. Also want to give a plug to Crossroads of Tom's River. You can check them out at 800-805-6989. 6 days a week. You can call them with anything that's on your mind. I know
Phone
it's still
number again. Give it slow.
800-805-6989. You can also visit their website at crossroadstreatmentcenters.com. That's crossroadstreatmentcenters.com, and they handle care with compassion. They're in Monmouth, New Jersey. They've been serving the Monmouth area since 2010. So please make sure if you have
If
any
you're all
questions,
doing
come
this,
up.
I'm plugging myself.
Yes.
We started today the new campaign called Heshy Tishla NY. Plain and
No,
simple.
it's NYC.
NYC?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Heshy Tishla NYC. I'm
right.
going to have my link up. I'm going to want donations. We have a year to go. We're going to win this next election. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm the best candidate out there. There's nobody really running, and the incumbent is not running. Everybody's screaming they think that Kalman is running again. He's not running. Hopefully there'll be a special election, and he's going to leave, according to the gossip. So we'll see. So Heshy Tishla, NYC. Look at it at heshytishla.com. You'll be able to donate to the campaign.
Also, stop by the office anytime, 5318
Yeah.
16th Avenue, corner of 54th Street, 2.5 blocks away from the D train. Also, you can email Heshy anytime at justenoughheshy@gmail.com. So any problems, we're still here. Heshy and myself do handle issues. I know, Heshy, I get messages every day from people still. They say, hey, can you help me with something?
Yeah.
You know,
All day long.
you and I get a lot of
Today I had an
concerns.
elevator person. And another-
86th Street was yesterday. Somebody wanted me. I actually helped somebody in terms of getting some information about cleaning up 86th Street. So there's definitely things out there, and we'll
By the
try
way,
to help them.
everybody, next Wednesday, our show will be pre-recorded. It means we're all going to come in and fight, so you won't be able to call into the show, but you'll still be able to listen to us. But here's the best part. There's a wedding in Manhattan Beach Jewish Center. You're all invited to my niece's wedding.
You're inviting the whole city?
Yeah, they're not coming, but if they want, but when my son Yaakov gets married.
Don't show up empty-handed, though.
No, you can come empty-handed. We have a lot of food. But when my son Yaakov gets married, I plan on renting Astroland. I'm going to invite the whole city. The whole city can come. There'll
Like
be
Coney
rides.
Island?
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to have rides, and then we're going to stop all the rides, have the ceremony, and then all the kids can go run, and we'll have a big meal in the middle. It'll be
When's
a
he
big
getting married?
smorgasbord. He's not. We haven't found him a woman yet. Everybody has a
How,
good...
how old is he?
Yeah.
23.
Oh, my God, he's
He
a
has
baby.
his bachelor's degree, well-studied in Talmudical studies, and he's just as good looking as me.
Are we auctioning him off like Nicole?
Yeah, pretty much. He's on the auction
Nicole,
block.
no, not yet. Not yet. Nicole, I'm not desperate, but we need to get rid of her quickly.
And I just,
Get rid of me.
Not get rid of you. I mean, out of the single
Whoa.
life.
Well, interesting.
It's not good. Single
say-
is not good. I found 2 more girls last night, and they were telling me that they will take anything. That's why I invited Yitzi to the wedding. You know, our other producer.
He's actually gave
I hope
me
you're going back and
finger.
forth with the camera and not losing us, producer, because I don't see Nicole on the camera.
Well,
Where's Nicole?
Oh, what a
Oh,
shame.
there she
Oh,
is.
hey, what's up?
So
Real
pretty.
quick, Heshy, I just wanted to give myself a plug actually on
please.
YouTube at Sports by Radio. I actually interviewed a guy that is a champion of the 7th most viewed company in the entire world of wrestling. They have 1.3 million subscribers.
Oh.
He's the second most known champion in their company. It's called Grimm's Toy Shop. So if you like deathmatch hardcore wrestling, he's the man, the number 2 man in there, and his name was Mr. Mikey Anarchy. So thank you,
Mikey
Mr.
Anarchy,
Yep,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
Mr. Mikey Anarchy. Yep, he showed, it was funny on SportsWire last night. Heshy, you'd love this actually. Maybe not. He actually he took his shirt off and showed his back, and it looked like you could play connect the dots with it.
Wow.
Is he running for city council? Mikey Anarchy?
He would make a great candidate maybe in a different district, but probably not in Borough Park.
Not
But
a Borough
he's-
Park. We don't want
And I want to just tell you something. You know why I make fun of the Palestinians? There's a restaurant in your neighborhood in Bay Ridge.
Yes, somebody asked me that you wanted you to talk about it.
And
Yep.
he has a menu that serves up anti-Semitism.
What?
And he's pissing off. Yeah, it's an anti-Semite like the river to the sea shrimp.
Well, I know the
and disgusting, and a lot of the patrons are getting pissed. This guy went and changed his menu to be a anti-Semite
To
menu.
be a joke on the war.
Well,
It doesn't make the joke. It's not a
full
funny.
disclosure. He's my tenant.
Oh, God.
no, come on.
And what are you doing about it?
What can I do about it? There's nothing in the lease that says what he can and can't
Yeah,
do.
but
he has every right to do whatever he
I
wants in
hope
the
you don't
restaurant.
eat there.
I eat there once in a while. He's my tenant. I have to
So
support him.
you're buying from the river to the sea shrimp?
He doesn't have that on the
Are
menu
you,
in Bay
are you
Ridge.
buying kill red-blooded Jews sushi?
What?
Is that what he has on the menu?
I don't know, but I know the river to the sea shrimp I saw.
Look, I know him. I know his wife.
Oh, another winner.
They're not bloodthirsty people like they're being portrayed in the media.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. So, you know...
You can't just all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm not going to rent to
Do you
somebody."
think people ripping down the
because
signs?
I disagree
Wait a
with them.
minute,
That's
you
not
think-
how it works.
You think people ripping down the kidnap signs from children and hostages are bloodthirsty? They're just idiots. I'm telling you that this guy is an idiot. He shouldn't even be in business, and you guys shouldn't do business.
He owns about 5-6 restaurants, if not even more.
We have to look into it when I'm city council, if his licenses are legal and if his health department things are pretty good. We'll make sure that our health department goes visits him quite a little bit. Heshy
Gotta
Tischler
start
will
shopping
be
for
in
another
charge of the
tenant.
health
Few
department.
comments here
It's gonna hurt
from
your wallet,
everybody on,
George.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
not George. No, George. If you
I-
get
He's
rid
the
of him, I'll
landlord.
find
If
you
it
a
hurts him, it
landlord
hurts
there.
him.
raise-
I have a few comments from
sorry,
those
George.
out there on
Well, okay,
YouTube.
we'll
Which,
get it
by the
when we
way,
can.
give us a sub at Just Enough Heshy on YouTube. Just Enough Heshy closing in on 3,800 subscribers. Black Beauty wants to say those other vaccines were not rushed. Also, Justin Parsley wants to say Kanye was serving up anti-Semitism first. For better or worse, maybe he's as much a trendsetter as he proclaims. Natasha wants to say shrimp isn't kosher anyway. Average Citizen wants to
There
say...
is, Natasha, there
well
is a kosher fake shrimp made out of whitefish and a kosher crab.
And Average Citizen wants to say, gotta love American freedom, LOL.
Well, can I just get back to them? The guy's name, the restaurant's name is Ayat. It's named after his wife.
Yeah, 85th and 3rd.
Yes, it's 85th and 3rd.
Stay away
Yes.
from there, but you can give George an
That-
extra $1 for his rent.
That's Heshy's opinion. He can say that all he wants, but I know the people, and I don't. That's not the people I know there.
Identity politics versus business. This is
It's
very
not that-
interesting.
I have no problem with business. Don't mix business with politics.
Well, listen, Heshy. If I was running the restaurant, I agree with you. When me and my father ran restaurants, we want everyone's dollar. We don't care
Right.
what you believe. You're communist, anarchist. If you want
They
to buy
can
a cup
come
of
in.
coffee,
They can
we
come
love
in
you.
and
We don't
say,
care.
But the restaurant has no right.
That's
to-
my- but
just
that's my
You know when you
philosophy.
have actors and actresses, they get up to get their awards. All of a sudden, they're political novices or earth-shattering. You know what? Why aren't you giving all your money or 20% or 30% to donations? Why are you always going out and pitching?
Well,
like-
I'm still waiting for all of them to move to Canada when
Okay,
Trump
right,
gets
right,
reelected.
exactly. My point to you is nobody's asking.
And
their
if you
opinion.
agree or disagree,
Poli-
646-974-15.
Political novices,
Point that
we
out.
don't need. We need professional politicals, like you need professional lawyers, like you need professional architects, like you need professional restaurateurs. They don't have to mix into other stuff. Simple. I go to the restaurant, I go to the bar, I sit there to talk. The bartender is not there to give advice. The bartender gives advice because he stands there. Basically, really, the bartender doesn't give advice. He just listens, really, most of the time and comments. This is my thing. You want advice or you have a problem, go to a therapist. These guys have no right, especially to pitch their thing. I don't know.
But there's a market for him out there. There's a
market
lot.
for
There's a
everything.
lot of
Bay
super.
Ridge, a huge one.
Yeah, Bay Ridge is very Palestinian.
Yeah, it is.
Wherever he goes in Manhattan, there's a lot of super liberals, and they come out and support him.
So here's my
he's
deal.
not actually. He's
So
actually
if-
a very smart
so
guy.
if I am a clergy,
It's a great business model for
It's
him.
legal to get married, gay people in New York City.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's illegal for me to not marry them as a city officer or a county clerk or whatever it is. Means if I refuse as a city official, it's against the law because the law says yes.
Yeah.
well, I'm a registered minister in the city of New York, and you have to marry them.
Right, you have to marry them.
Yeah.
Now, why should I? It's against my opinion. My ideals are not to marry the gay people. I have no problem with gay people, but I don't want to marry
I
them.
wouldn't say you have no problem with gay
I have
people.
no problem with they
Don't
can
lie
be
to the
gay in their
listeners.
private homes. They could do whatever you want. When you're in the street, I'm not interested in you kissing or passing along your
So
stuff.
gay people can't have regular PDA that normal straight people can.
What's
Gay people
PDA?
can't
You gotta
serve in
explain
condoms.
PDA. You gotta
Public
explain.
displays
Public
of
displays of
affection. Gay people can't hold
Even
hands
normal
and kiss
people
the way
shouldn't
straight
do-
people can. Gay people can't serve in Congress, according to you, the last 2 weeks.
No, they
Gay
could
people
serve, but they shouldn't. With their
Heshy.
opinions. They shouldn't serve as gay people. They should.
What do you
serve
mean
as-
they shouldn't serve as gay people? What does that even
What
mean?
does that mean?
Just like what's her name? I hate her. Ilani Bobby. What's her name?
Ilan Omar?
Yeah. So that idiot, right? She displays
Heshy,
the
show me
Palestinian
this
flag.
and-
She has no right to display the Palestinian flag.
Show me in the Constitution where it says gay people can't
Voila.
represent people in this
They
country.
could represent.
Right, but
not
why do you
as a
think they
gay
shouldn't? Why? What do you-
Opinions. They should represent America, not the
America
gay.
includes gay people.
1%, not even.
And it's at 1%.
it's a lot more than
way
1%.
more than
No,
1%.
no, not even 1%.
It's way more than 1%.
just
And
have a
either
lot of
way,
money. They have
it
way
doesn't
more, a lot
matter
of
if
money.
they're a minority. Like, excuse me, we're 2% of the world. It doesn't matter if they're a
We're
minority.
2% of the world.
Right, Jews are 2% of the world.
Gay
So we
people-
shouldn't count because we're only 2%. Is that your premise? That gay people are 1% of the country, so they don't count?
Well, Heshy, I want to come out today as a lesbian. I love women.
You're allowed to do that for $19. You can go and change it. I just-
Also, I
you know,
am.
I
I,
just
want
want-
to give a shout out actually to I am Shishidis. Wants to say that loves the show, loves the back and forth, and I wanted to give you a shout out because he asked me to give him a shout out, and that's what we do here. And again, give us a sub on YouTube, which is a subscription at Just Enough Heshy. Just Enough Heshy. Subscribe to this man because he needs to get his subs up on YouTube.
I want to stay on the identity politics
By the way,
thing.
11 hospitals, did you hear?
Reinstating
reinstated
COVID
the mask
mandates, yeah.
mandate. Are you crazy?
In a,
It's not on the
hos-
bench
in a
today.
hospital, that makes sense.
Oh, God. help
A
me.
hospital, fine. Other places I don't care as much about, but in a
Can I tell you
hospital
what I
where
heard?
people
I'm
are
okay-
susceptible,
I'm okay with a hospital.
hospital makes
wearing
sense.
a mask.
Makes sense regardless.
Because
That's
people
you.
are sick and
You're
there's a
sick.
lot of
I
stuff
don't
going
wanna
around
wear
in
a
the
mask. So
hospital.
wear the mask.
People are sick.
Do you know that most hospitals, when you go in there, most likely you'll come out with a disease? All those
Yeah.
hospitals in the
So
walls.
everybody's hacking all over everybody
they're
else.
inside the walls. My mommy is one of the biggest ones. Now, I want to just
By
tell
the way,
you.
when I'm at the hospital and I use the bathroom, I always use a towel to open the door.
Oh, God.
And that's
Listen,
how paranoid I am.
I think we might have a
Okay,
call
I'm
on
going
the
to take
line.
a call,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I want to
fine.
tell you what I was watching, and I saw
Call.
this guy he made a statement, and he says the state of Israel was not founded with the belief that
Call it?
anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
One minute, before the call, I'm going to
Oh,
finish this.
Okay.
The state of Israel was not founded with the belief that anti-Semitism would disappear. It was founded so we can tell the anti-Semites they can go screw themselves. That's a beautiful line. We know anti-Semitism, so Israel is not going away. Israel will empty the Gaza. They should not empty the Gaza just of the Hamas. All Palestinians have to go.
Here we go.
They lose the privilege.
Maron.
You lose your privilege.
Oof.
One minute.
What?
One minute. January 16th, the insurrection that you
Sixth.
call, right?
Sixth.
January
Yeah.
6th. Insurrection. So all those people have to go to jail. Even the ones that didn't commit anything bad in the
Oh, okay,
in the
caller,
Capitol.
you're on the
Well, they
air.
did.
You're
We'll
on
get
the
back
air
to
with
it. Let's get to
George,
the caller.
Heshy, Nicole, and Tom. You're on the air with us here. Caller. Hello.
Hi, yeah, I just had a question.
Sure.
If it was bad advice from Dr. Fauci, how come the rest of the world locked down? It wasn't just the United States. What about all those dead bodies that occurred? What about, Trump himself got sick?
What dead
What
bodies?
about,
What dead bodies?
the
Excuse me.
thousands of people that died. It
Well,
was
what
estimated
thousands
by
of
the
people?
World
One
Health
minute. Wait.
Organization to be about 1 million people that died.
Yeah, there were.
No.
No, there were. There were
No. Stop.
morgues and trucks. He's
We
right.
all know. Now, let me tell you the real truth, okay? Which everybody knows. It's documented, and Tom will tell you, and you know it.
Alternative facts.
All those people. Do you know that
Documented by
every
who?
single
By
year,
the World
due
Health
to
Organization, by the thousands of epidemiologists that have said this?
thousands of doctors are saying that it was a lie. They went on television. They went on radio during COVID. But let me just tell you the truth. Every year, 650,000 Americans die of pneumonia and the flu. All of a sudden, during COVID, nobody died of pneumonia and the flu. Everybody died of COVID. They said 2 million Americans would die of COVID, plus the regular diseases. Less than 1 million people died during the COVID, like you said. Across the world, Fauci somehow conned the WHO, which is the biggest corrupt organization on the planet, to sell this stupid vaccine.
And by the way, to this day,
And thank you, caller,
we
for
don't
calling on
still-
the show.
we
We
still-
got to move on.
we still don't have
you, caller.
a real. What is the ground zero of this virus?
And
Where did it really start?
And I want you to know one
wasn't
thing.
Wuhan? Wasn't
Was
it
Wuhan,
Wuhan?
but
but who's patient zero?
during the main part of COVID, because it didn't happen January, but it happened March, April, May, and June. The death toll went up,
Another
even
one?
in my funeral parlor. It went up just for that, and then it came
We have
down.
another caller on the
Wait,
air.
wait,
Another
wait,
caller.
the deaf
This is
woman
fun.
caller.
By the way, can I just say one last thing? Everyone forgets Fauci is not God or a saint. He screwed up HIV too.
Right.
This is not the first time this guy has screwed up.
All right, caller, you're on the
Okay.
air with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air with George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom. Yes,
Hello.
you're on the air here.
Hi.
How are you? Happy New Year. What's
you
on your
doing?
mind? Tell us on your mind.
Am I on the line now?
Yep, you are.
You're here. You're live on the air. Talk to us. Happy New
I
Year.
want to know if Heshy stands if we should send all gay people to Gaza.
That was funny. What did he say? I should send what?
Should we send all gay people to Gaza?
I believe.
I don't think it's safe for them there.
Thank you for the call,
I believe they
my
should
friend.
go.
Happy New Year.
And you
Call
know
back
what?
next week.
Not to import them, not to deport them. I want them, you know what, to come with me for a visit to Gaza. I will go hang out with them and the Palestinians, and whichever one of us come back alive, which most likely none of us, they don't have to wear vests. I will wear vests because I'm going to wear my yarmulke. But the lesbians and the gays was LBGTQ. Are they the same?
Heshy, have you lost your mind completely, my friend?
Why can't they come to Gaza?
And
Are
if
scared?
you want to call
Are
in,
they scared for
if
their
you-
lives?
You still got time, real quick. 646-974-1580. I have a ton of comments, and I want to read them off here because there's a lot of people that really want to talk. Natasha wanted to say he should make a, I'm not going to say the explosive sandwich kebab with explosive hot sauce. Average citizen wants to say, do you mean they shouldn't put their sexuality into their politics?
Right.
Natasha
Right.
says, serve as gay sounds like gay is a government role, LOL.
Right, again, I love these people. They're so smart.
Nathaniel gives a high. Jay Joker says, what's your opinion on New York hiring the illegal refugees to work? We're seeing them all over New York businesses, especially with the salary increases
And the
coming to New
mayor
York
has
City.
admitted that crime from the migrants is atrocious. The mayor admits it, finally, that the migrants are committing serious crimes. Now, it's just out of hand. And now they're suing, the Attorney General is suing Texas that you can't
Governor
arrest.
Abbott, yep.
Right, you can't arrest illegal
And then the Biden administration is challenging the law that the governor wants to put in place, which is to arrest, prosecute, and put in jail or deport migrants coming in from
They also
other
want
countries.
to pull a barbed wire fence that farmers have put up there. They're going to the courts to pull down the barbed wire
But
fence.
it's not allowed. That's called a border.
Well, it's also their private property
Private
because a lot
property.
of these ranches, border the.
By the way,
border,
I was reading today that Governor Hochul gave clemency to a guy by the name of rapper G-Dep, who murdered and killed somebody, but he only served 13 years in jail. Okay, so it was too much time for a murderer and a rapist, so she let him out. So basically,
Based on what was the rationale?
I don't know. I really don't know. She just did it.
I have a couple other things here. Black Beauty says, and by the way, hello, Black Beauty. Thank you for coming in with us. Happy New Year. Look up Dr. Simone Gold, America's Frontline Doctor. Also, Natasha wants to say, look up FLCCC. She also wants to point not all gays to Gaza, just the pro-Palestinian ones.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm going to switch a little bit. You know that two of the low-life, I can't say the W word, even though our producer's going back to the bathroom again for the 19th time. And
Well,
our show might
I'm
go
going to
dead.
plead the fifth on
But
people's bathroom choices,
Two of the
Heshy.
presidents, Harvard,
I was waiting
that
for this.
vicious
I was waiting
witch.
for this,
I'm
man.
not saying the W word. She should be using the W word, but I'm controlling myself. Thank God she...
Do we have a bet how long this is going to last?
No, I'm good at
Yeah,
last.
5
I'm very
minutes.
good at
Can we
it.
do some betting over
We
here?
could do betting. I'm
Tell you
willing to
what.
give you 5-1 odds.
to the end of the year? I will take that bet right now.
Just
He's
election.
not making it to the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll take you can't last till the end of the year.
In private, I can say whatever I want.
No, but you can't last.
We're not in private.
till the end
Okay,
of
we
the
have
year.
another caller on the line.
Okay, but
caller, you're on the line with
you're not
George
even letting
Nicole.
me finish my
because the
thought.
Oh, you
caller's
took
on
it
the
too
line.
long. Yeah,
That's it.
let
Let's go. You're on the air. How you doing? Happy New Year. Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tom, Heshy.
Hey, it's Anthony Finkel.
Anthony!
DPH.NYC.
We're supposed to go out to
Hey,
eat.
Anthony.
Tom says you're taking me out to eat for a sandwich.
Yeah, we're due for pastrami sandwiches on me.
I love it.
I just wanted to say, after a great show time, I just want to say I'm still rocking with Trump. I want to say I didn't take the vaccine. I'm glad I didn't take the vaccine. Nobody regrets not taking the vaccine.
That's all right.
And,
Smart choice.
Good man.
I don't know what the Democrats are excited about. They got nothing. except for Sleepy Joe, who's stuck at the wheel.
At least he's out of court.
I just wanted to call in, say that.
Is it true that the Easter Bunny is going to be in his next cabinet?
Well,
I actually interviewed a wrestler who was a rabbit, though, and a bunny. So I've actually interviewed somebody
well,
like that. It's
Anthony,
an interesting conversation.
we're going to have a great 2024. We've been waiting for it. I'm hoping that the interest rates get lower. I'm hoping the market at least gets back to where Trump left it, because for 4 years we've suffered, and then Trump will take it over and make.
Left it at layoffs. What do
No,
you
he
mean?
didn't leave it at layoffs. When Biden got in, he stopped the pipeline. He got the unemployment rate to go up.
Trump
Come on,
left it.
Nicole.
Come on.
Nicole.
Pretend
Did
that
you just
that
wake
worked.
up out of a coma?
And also, one
And
more
we
thing.
see $4 gas at the pump.
While Anthony is on the air.
$70 when I used to pay $30 to fill up my
While
tank.
Anthony is on the air, make sure for all of your property and maintenance help, go to dph.nyc. He's a local guy. He's from Ditmas Park in Flatbush. Help out those who help us out here. So, Anthony, definitely thank you.
I just want you to know I have to get a new suit for the wedding. And Linda says she took my suit into the cleaners. When it comes back clean, that's going to be the new clean suit. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting a new suit.
Ah, poor
So,
guy.
right, because gas is $4 a gallon.
So I do want to get back to the president of Harvard, though. I saw you were starting
So
that
we
point.
get
There's
rid
a
of
lot to
that
say about her.
witch. We got rid of that other loser. What was the one? First of all, she got rid of not because of anti-Semitism. They got rid of her for
plagiarism.
which
So-
is stupid. Okay, but now we only need to get rid of one more.
The MIT.
Sally Kornbluth from MIT. And
You want to know what's super disappointing about this whole president of Harvard
Oh
resigns
wow,
thing?
she's
No,
not.
the-
You don't. There's no way you're going to defend
I
her.
got
Oh, I'm
60
not defending her
seconds
for
on you,
beans.
because I have another caller.
I'm not
60
defending her for
seconds.
nothing. What kills me is that all of a sudden, because she happens to be the black president in that
Oh,
trio,
how we
this
doing
is
black?
not- Would
Black,
you relax?
gay?
Hey,
Go ahead,
my
yeah.
friend,
Okay,
I'm
caller,
agreeing
you're on
with
the
you.
air.
You need to
No,
relax.
no, we're not on the air.
Caller's on
I don't
the
care
air.
what the producer says.
I want
right.
the calls because you need more listeners.
I'll finish my point. Get the caller on the air. Hey, how you
Caller,
doing, caller?
you're in Georgia,
Hey,
Nicole,
how you
Heshy,
doing?
and Tom. Caller.
Am I on the air?
Yes,
Yep.
you are.
Yeah,
Tell
you
us what's
are.
on your mind. Happy
Hi.
New Year, my friend.
Yes, I would like to know Heshy's opinion of Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens about the Israeli war.
Thank you. Great question.
Well,
Heshy.
Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Now, I don't know what Candace Owens... Do you
I'm-
know what Tucker Carlson said?
What?
So he's having a fight with Ben Shapiro. And Ben Shapiro...
Okay. Thank
and
you,
this is
caller,
what
for
you're
calling.
talking
We'll
about,
answer it
caller.
for you.
So Ben Shapiro obviously is very pro-Israel, and Tucker Carlson is like, hey, I'm just wondering, is it in our best interest to get involved
How come I don't see
with the
George on the
conflict in
screen?
Israel, you know?
What?
Well, that's... He feels like, hey, I'm just an American. I'm asking a question. You know, I shouldn't get attacked as anti-Semitic just because I'm asking this question.
It's not anti-Semitic, but it is a stupid
Well,
question.
I'm just throwing out there what was said. I'm not defending it
I
either way,
love
one way or the
Candace
other.
Owens. I love her.
You were mentioning
I
me about
follow
Candace
her.
a couple weeks
I want to
ago.
get Candace Owens on our show. She's intelligent, smart, articulate. She understands women. She understands black. Oh my God!
Does she though?
She even doesn't like her. She's a minority black woman.
I don't
How
give
could
a
you
damn.
not like her?
Oh, what? So because she's a
all of
minority, I
sudden-
have to like her?
So
So am I. Who gives a
lesbians and
crap?
gays, we could put in politics, but Candace Owens, because she's black and a woman,
No,
she
not
doesn't
because
count.
she's black and a woman, because she's a freaking jerk. Never mind that.
George,
I don't know.
want to hear
I don't-
something.
I don't
It's got
know.
nothing to
Watching
do with
her.
her being
Yeah,
black
but
or
that's
female.
that's her persona.
Right, so Tucker Carlson also you don't know.
I followed Tucker Carlson many
Years.
years.
Yeah, I know.
I like Tucker
Carlson's
Carlson.
I
got
love
air
Tucker
for brains.
Carlson.
It's all hot air up in there.
Oh my!
Come on now.
Wow, so you just hate every Republican.
Come on, not
so
every
if there's a
Republican, just the
lesbian,
dumb
you know what?
ones.
I should make the lesbian gay community into Republicans, and then she'll finally go against them.
נראה לך?
I have no idea what you said, but it must have been a bad word.
Heshy, I got a lot of comments here. I'm going to try to get to everybody. Infinite Justice wanted to ask about, I think, LeBron James and the lawyer. I don't know enough about that to really spend much time on because I got a lot of comments. Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to ask you, Nicole, would you vote for a Republican if it wasn't Trump? That's his question to you.
If McCain was still alive and running, I would have happily voted
Oh,
for
please,
him.
you hated McCain when
Loved
he was
McCain.
alive. He
Loved
was
McCain.
a wacko retard.
The only reason I didn't vote for him was because of Palin. Otherwise, I actually really liked him.
I got
He had also an infamous temper issue.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
So do I. Who
I
cares?
got here a lot more
I like
comments.
Palin, even though she's a dumbbell.
She's
I
a
think this is from you,
dodo bird.
Herman Romero. How are you doing, Herman?
Biden's a dumbbell.
Market is higher now than under Trump. Unemployment is lower
not
now.
true.
Bing,
That's not true.
bing,
Don't bing
bing,
bing. Don't bing
bing.
bing. There's no bing. That's not true.
Natasha
That's not true.
also wants to say,
On the
actually,
Trump, the market was 34, 35, 30. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the first 2 months that he inherited doesn't count.
Let me try to get to these people here because they've
No,
been
no,
very,
it
they've been
went
very,
up a few thousand.
they're very
Heshy.
patient.
Heshy.
Let's let the people speak. It's the people's show here on Just Enough Heshy. It's not nobody else's
Correct.
show.
Sorry, everybody.
Actually,
Sorry, my
you
Instagram
got to remember that. That's how on SportsWire we grew. If you want to grow, you got to listen to me and say it's the people's
true.
show. Because if it's not the people's show, Heshy, you're not going to have any listeners. You're not going to have any callers. That's why we want to make the people's show. They call in 646-974-1580.
Nicole's job,
Heshy,
not you, Tom.
Heshy, actually, the Easter Bunny was already in his administration. If you remember the red-headed press secretary, that was her and the ridiculous anime-style Easter Bunny costume. Circle back to
like
that.
that, red-headed.
And Karen wants to say hello, Uncle Heshy, our friend from Yamin, New York.
Yes,
How you
yes.
doing,
Hi,
Heshy?
Karen. I
Thank
love
you,
you.
caller.
Very good.
Awesome.
And I have one more caller on.
One
Nicole,
more caller. All
bring him
right.
on, caller.
Bring him on,
You're
bring him on.
George, Nicole, Heshy, and Tom on the Just Enough Heshy show, the #1 news talk show in the world and the people's talk show.
Look at
You're on the
Tom cracking
line.
a whip.
Wow,
I like this.
I love Tom.
Proud of
You are
Tom.
really hot
Hey,
now.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I guess I got one question. I came
How you
up
doing,
with,
James? Yep. What's on your
recently.
mind, James? Happy New
Do
Year.
you think God is proud and pleased of what Benjamin Netanyahu, with his artificial intelligence targeting all these buildings and just wiping out the entire infrastructure with all these people buried? Do you think God is like proud of this or something?
I think
don't
that's
know,
a good
we
question.
really got to consider if we're going to believe that there's a God.
Well,
you
I don't
know?
think Heshy knows what God thinks, but I think
Yeah.
he knows. What do you think of Netanyahu? That's what he's asking you.
I think Netanyahu,
I think
I loved it.
Netanyahu kind of poses as like a warrior or something like
Well,
that.
let me
I
tell
don't
you.
know, like,
let me tell you
got
about
all
Benjamin
kinds of
Netanyahu.
Jewish people, I guess, and I guess some of them take their religion more seriously
Well-
than others. I think what you got with the Zionists is basically the school of thought that came out of Europe, where everything became very nationalistic, and basically things were intolerable for them. But they didn't come away from it with a soft point of view. They did the same thing where you all took over there in Israel.
Thank you,
that's
James, for giving us a call.
Well, let me just tell you,
James,
Benjamin
thank you.
Netanyahu.
We're running out of time. Thank you. We'll see you
Benjamin
next week. Happy New Year, my friend.
Benjamin Netanyahu was a soldier. Benjamin Netanyahu was ambassador. Benjamin Netanyahu is well versed, well spoken. Everybody loved him when he was ambassador. America loved him. America always used him for secret information. This man is a warrior. He knows the hard line, and he knows how to punish back, and he knows how to make a deal. Look,
Okay.
he handled. 1 minute, Benjamin Netanyahu did the Abraham Accords. They did work under Benjamin. He made peace with the biggest enemy, Saudi Arabia. Nobody can ever say that. Golda Meir, the biggest enemy of Egypt, made peace with Sadat. I mean, come on. These are warriors, and don't say Golda Meir wasn't a warrior. She was a warrior, and they came away from Europe tough. You don't know who these people are. I met them. They were all tough little. They were soft, outspoken because they're good people, but they were tough warriors when time came. Our Israeli soldiers, by the way, I wanted to mention today, Sahara Baruch, a kidnapped hostage, was failed rescue attempt by IDF. He was killed today. So these animal Gaza people or Palestinian Hamas terrorists, he should have been given back. There was no reason to have him killed. Their soldiers were coming. You guys were going to die. So what they did was they died, these Hamas soldiers, and they took Sahara Baruch with them. And I'm sorry to say I feel bad for the family, and may his soul rest in peace.
I got a lot of people want to talk, so let me try to get them in as quick as I can. We got Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to say, we'll never judge anyone for personal views, but come on, every Republican being bad. Justin Parsley says sarcastically, don't hide your feelings, Nicole. Also, Natasha wants to say something about Susan. She said that she supports Hamas now. Is this a parody? Mr. Krispy Kreme wants the show longer. Stay tuned. Average Citizen goes womp, 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 caller. Natasha wants to say, I feel like Hagar right now. Let me not look on as the child dies. That's also from Infinite Justice. I don't know what you want me to mention. Herman wants to say, Bibi has the most extreme cabinet ever because his party couldn't get enough votes to form a government, and he had to make an alliance. So
we have 1 minute to go
Yeah, he's
before
actually
we
right
lose
about
the
that.
radio host, so I want to throw
Yes.
something out at you.
Sure.
some Israeli minister, brilliant man, wants to resettle all the Palestinians, and I agree with him.
Resettle
We
them
should do
where?
that in the Congo. We put
What's
what's wrong? We put them in.
Come on,
Well,
Heshy.
shake your head.
Come
Come on,
on.
Heshy.
come
You
on.
wanted to put the Jews in Nigeria
First of all,
after World
Do
War
you
II.
understand that there are 2 million
The Congo is good.
Arabs,
It's a safari.
2
They can go
million
riding on
Arabs of
horses and
Palestinian
giraffes every
descent,
day.
and they live in Israel
The
just
children
fine.
can see the monkeys for free.
Do they get to keep? That's
Wrong
that's
direction.
And
terrible.
they don't have to pay
Wrong
for it to go
direction.
into the zoo. And plus, the Palestinians are animals, anyways. We thank you, everybody, from
Heshy.
I'm joking. That was a joke.
WSNR,
Come on,
WNEW, WJPR. Thank you for tuning in. See us next week. And by the way, Nigeria, I actually have a friend going in January the 13th to fight in Nigeria. So let's certainly make sure we love Nigeria because
You
one of my
should know
buddies,
the Jews
Mr. Luke
almost
Leyland's
took over
fighting in
Nigeria.
Dambe on January 13th.
Well, the Jews turned down Nigeria as the homeland. They were going to give the
I thought it was Madagascar.
No. Nigeria was given to the Jews to create a Jewish state, and they said no.
I never heard Nigeria.
Well, go take a
heard of
look
that
at
either.
it. Go take a look. Nigeria was turned down by the Jewish people.
All right, I guess we'll have to get to the president of Harvard next week. 'Cause
Why?
her
The
case.
president, I want to
I'm
ask
on
you,
her case.
I want to just tell you something. This lady, Sally Kornbluth, because the name sounds very Jewish, she should, from MIT, be thrown out. Why hasn't she quit yet?
Heshy, they're coming for you. I hear the cops for hate speech.
They've been coming for me all the time. You know, I met this guy who they ripped out. I went to the city. If you would have seen my introduction video, Stephen Levy.
Yes,
What a
yes.
cool dude. Every day he put up the signs. Every day they tore it down. He had a fight with them. He stopped them. They arrested him because they attacked him and he fought back. Do you understand that even in New York City, self-defense is unacceptable? When they came attacking me to try to kill me in front
Well,
of my
look
house.
at the bodega owner last year,
Right.
where he was up against a wall. He took the knife. He defended himself, and he killed the guy. But
Right.
it's not like the guy had a choice. He was against the wall and getting attacked. I mean,
But they
this
don't-
guy had never been convicted,
Right.
never been arrested for any felonies or anything like that. And he defended himself, and Bragg wanted to throw the book
I'm
at
going to
him.
throw something at you to close out the show.
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein, that dog. We now are being released the information of all the people that he helped with certain
Services.
Nicole's
services.
favorite president, Bill Clinton's been there
Right.
many
Now,
times.
can you explain to me about Bill Clinton, why he hasn't been charged, arrested, attacked, reviewed? We all know he was there. Not once, many times. And he didn't go there to sit on the beach and drink pina coladas. Let's face the fact. He was sleeping with somebody in the White House. You know what he was doing there with young girls. Face the fact.
Well, that's the thing. Is it
Why
sounds
isn't
like
he
a
arrested?
fact
Because he's a Democrat.
Because nobody can prove it.
Nobody can prove anything on Trump either.
Nobody can. Trump went ahead and proved it for himself. He's the one that gave the speech. He's the one that put out the tweets. He's the one that told everybody when to show up. What are you talking about? Nobody can prove it on
Did
Trump.
he tell anybody to go attack the Capitol?
Yes, and never mind that. He's got 94 other charges that have nothing to do with this
He has
particular
95
thing.
and every president, do you know that every president has black operations? You know what that means? They send people in to kill people out of the blue. Snipers. We have a whole operation of snipers. You know that, Tom?
Yes, yes, sir.
Snipers. We have a whole operation
Called
of
National
snipers
Security
that go
Interests.
around the world. We have the CIA kidnapping. We have the FBI taking you without
Israel has
rights.
Mossad.
The
Yeah, go
NSA.
ahead.
Forget about it. We have all these many different three-letter operations
So?
doing bad things. The president knows all about it. So he sanctions murder, not only for Osama bin Laden, but a lot of different little people.
Every president
Okay.
sanctions murder
That
in,
is
in
it.
the
Just-
interest of national
So
security.
you are now,
every
woman,
president
so we leave him
sanctions
alone.
murder.
Why? Because he has immunity. Murder is murder, no matter what. You cannot murder anybody that's...
You want me to sit here and feel bad that we had a president sanction the murder of Osama bin
No,
Laden?
but
Go to hell.
it's against the law. You can't do that in another country. But okay, I agree with you. Osama bin Laden was cut up into little pieces and thrown into the ocean. A
Magia,
pleasure.
he deserved every
So
second
here's
of
my
it.
deal. We are now arresting Trump for taking home some secret papers.
They're not his anymore. His presidency has expired.
But he took it home before.
That doesn't. They're not his. Just because you decide, I decided they're not classified today, doesn't
But
make them
he saw them
unclassified.
anyways.
But
He's not the president
hold on a
anymore.
second,
It's
Nicole.
really that simple.
But Nicole, one thing you're missing: a president has the ability to declassify.
And he did not do it in time.
Who said that?
He did not
He said he
do
did.
it in time.
He said he did.
That's
He
on
can
him.
declassify any document.
He's the
at
moron who didn't use that
No, he
privilege.
looks at
That's
it and
on
says
him.
declassified.
That's not how it works.
That's how it works, sweetheart. I'm
Heshy,
sorry.
real quick, because I know we're running out of time here. We're on the People's Show. You have the People's Comments. Justin Parsley wants more on Epstein next week. Hope we have more info. I've got
Sold.
free
They're
Israel
releasing-
comments.
they're releasing-
Definitely.
We've got
They're releasing
also
the papers
super
today.
chat stuff. Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to say every president and vice president takes home paper. Natasha Divine wants to say hater again. Mr. Krispy Kreme wants to say Biden had them by covert in his garage. And if you want to comment again, we'll be back on the air next week, Tuesday, pre-recorded. Wednesday, we'll be back at 9 o'clock. You follow us on YouTube at Just Enough Heshy, HeshyTischler.com, 5318 16th Avenue. Stop by the office anytime, 646-974-1580. Email him anytime at justenoughheshy@gmail.com.
And with this year,
Nicole,
my
FightingGruberLaw.com,
campaign manager, we
Dream,
need-
WHTIG at Instagram, and check me out. I'll be on Sports Bar Radio tomorrow with a paranormal person, Mr. DJ Wolbert. He is also from the XCW former tag team.
Don't
Unholy,
forget the
9:30
wedding
Eastern
of my
Time.
niece at the Manhattan Beach Jewish Center. Come on down.
Show up with an
Brothers.
envelope.
Show up. Yeah, she could use the money, but come on down.
Not a
Thank
campaign
everybody for
contribution.
listening
Play
to the
that
show.
music.